Thank you.
Okay, tremendous. Good to go. All right, well, hi everyone, and welcome to the Market Readiness Workshop for the Annecy International Animation Film Festival and Market 2024. So our friends and collaborators at the French Institute of South Africa, the National Film and Video Foundation, MIFA, which is the Market Annecy, Tshimologong Precinct, the TIAF, and our host, Wesgro, have put together a one-hour program to help you make the most of your opportunity at Annecy this year. So I'm just going to briefly set the scene. So despite a very brief hiatus during the pandemic, we've maintained a consistent presence at Annecy since around 2010. Resulting in considerable success through its programs of B2B opportunities, South Africa has received accolades in various categories, including the Crystal for TV production, Animation du Monde, the Young Audience Award, and our creators have seen their shows and films come to life. Our producers have secured financing, forged co-production partnerships, engaged distributors and sales agents, and studios have landed international service contracts. Our independent contractors have found valuable opportunities, and our educational institutions have initiated cross-cultural exchange programs. And we hope you all have similar experiences this year. And with that, I'll pass the metaphorical microphone to Emmanuelle from the French Institute of South Africa. Her and her team have done the most incredible job facilitating collaboration between everyone involved behind the scenes. So Emmanuelle, it's all yours.
Thank you, Nick, and hello to everyone. My name is Emmanuelle Denaville-Feller. I'm the audiovisual attaché at the French Embassy, French Institute of South Africa. It's a great pleasure to do this webinar. I think it will give you the tools to go to Annecy. And I would like to highlight that this year's poster of Annecy Festival says it all. I really liked it, and I think it really gives the atmosphere of this year's festival. Annecy and South Africa, MIFA, Annecy and South Africa, and more broadly Africa. It's a love story since several years. It's great that Véronique Ancrenaz has made herself available to join us today. But it's true that it's a long story between Annecy and South Africa, and we are very proud to build again this year a strong delegation to go to Annecy and make the most of the festival and all that it has to offer. IFAS has been working in the cooperation in the animation field since several years. We have been engaged with several shareholders, stakeholders, and partners. And Nick, you have mentioned most of them. Thank you again for that. We are very happy that this cooperation and this work all together is really strong. And I would also like to highlight that since 2023, since last year, we have a new co-production agreement between France and South Africa. This new co-production agreement is quite unique. It's the only one that France has on such a scope with the continent. It's an extension of a co-production agreement that was extended to the audiovisual. It means that you are now able to co-produce and get official co-produced agreement for cinematographic and audiovisual production. It's a great achievement that entered into force into 2023, and I encourage you to get in touch with us if you want to have more information about this agreement. We are here to facilitate, of course, your engagement with French producers. I would also like to highlight that Annecy is a gathering of many countries from the African continent, and please do engage with your counterparts on the ground. There will be a delegation from Madagascar going to Annecy, and I'm sure that they also need to all this learning and what you can bring your expertise will be very beneficial to all these new delegates. And I really encourage you to also make the link with your counterparts on the continent. Thank you very much, Nick, and I'll give you back the floor. Can you hear me, Nick? Are you back, Nick?
I am here.
All right,
Lisa,
good.
you're going to take it from here, or do you need me to sort of move from one to the next? You tell me.
It's entirely up to you, Nick. You can introduce Yolanda, and I'll take over after Yolanda.
All right, great. I actually closed the program, to be honest, so give me just 2 seconds. I'll be right.
Okay, I'll do it. Not a problem. Not a
Fun
problem.
little intermission. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm not going to get into Wesgro because I'm speaking last. So our next guest is Yolanda. And Yolanda is head of industry development at the National Film and Video Foundation. And she's just going to give a short overview about the involvement at the Annecy Festival this year. Over to you, Yolanda.
Thank you. Afternoon, everyone. First, I must apologize for being on the phone, but my computer is acting up. Thank you for that, Lisa, and thank you, Emmanuel, for just giving context into the co-production agreement that was signed or ratified last year. So our contribution really to the festival is for the past couple of years and since inception, we've been taking filmmakers to Annecy. We've had bigger delegations. Even this year, I think it's a big delegation, but that I think it's more funded by our sister company, the DTIC. But NAVF really we take students to Annecy. We also taking a couple of producers, about 6 producers that we are taking. One is applied, and then the other ones were part of a selection that which our beneficiary support. And really ours was to create a space where South African artists can meet. And I think so we invest in the stand and ensuring that there's a space for South Africans to make it a home and make all their meetings and have a place where they could be found. So I think we are really committed to growing the animation industry in South Africa. And I think obviously Annecy is one of the spaces where our producer and even our beneficiaries seem to get business of, as Nick had said, and which is why we keep going back to Annecy and keep supporting more and more program within Annecy. I think this year will be my first time at Annecy, so I'm also here to learn as much as everybody else is. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, Yolanda. We look forward to having you on the trip with us this year. And last but we would like to introduce Veronique, who heads up the MIFA program at Annecy. We're very excited to hear what she's got planned for us this year. So welcome, Veronique. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you all. Thank you, Yolanda, for reminding also the history and how NAVF is supporting. And it's great to have you for first time in Annecy. I was sure you had been already, you see, so it's a great pleasure. Thank you also to Emmanuel for also reminding the whole story, and to Nick. It's great to hear the long story we've had, and it's always very touching for me, because it was the first country in Africa where we went and did a lot of things and started a lot of things. So the idea today is, of course, being with you a little bit, because it's difficult during June to be together. So I think it's great to be able to talk to you all and present why largely the event. Maybe give a few keys, because it's a very big event, very busy. So the idea is that I give you some clues, and if there are any questions, we'll see if it's possible later on. So first, just to give a broad picture, it's the festival and market welcome every year. Well, last year it's changing every year. It's growing every year. So let's say last year was the biggest, and that was almost 16,000 delegates, only animation professionals and students. So that's the largest community worldwide gathering in some place, so in Annecy. We have about 106 countries, I think, represented. And here again, it's a number that is growing. So the preparation of the market is very important, because even if it's still a very welcoming and easy-going market and festival, easy going in the way that we are in animation, and the spirit of animation people is a bit different than the one from fiction, than the one in Cannes, for example. It's much easier to connect with people, so it helps a lot, and there are a lot of possibilities and opportunities. I will share my screen, explain a little bit the program this year and the tools, because I think it's important to know how to deal with the tool. I'll try to be quick. I can't go through everything, but at least you get a sense and some idea. So I'll share first. Maybe I will share my screen, and I would like to share first also a map. So the market is organized. Annecy is near a lake, and as you can see here, the market is organized really close to the lake. So it makes a big difference in the way you work there. It's a great atmosphere. So this is to show the main places of the market. You have the big Imperial Palace. This is the main place where you have the whole industry content. So all the events that concerns the professional are situated in this place. Here you get it will be easier mentioning that we have 4 venues and 4 offers in the market. So the first offer is the exhibition area. Here you have a big marquee where all the booths are situated. It's almost 200 booths, including all the international pavilions per country, including, of course, the one for South Africa. So this is situated in this place. Then you have the Imperial Palace, where the industry content is situated. Then Campus was created last year. It's really a place dedicated to students. We have training sessions, we have recruitment sessions. So it's really 3 minutes away, easy way to reach. And you can spend the whole week there with master classes. I'll give a little bit more information on it, but it's really an important venue for young professionals, for students. This is their place, and they will have the opportunity also to meet great names of animation. The idea is to make the link, a bridge between festival and MIFA, and Campus is the place where big names of animation can come and share their knowledge and inspiration to the students. And new place this year, XR and games, because we had, this is really the new thing this year, this place, because we've had VR competition on the festival side since 2019. 2016 was the first selection of VR in the festival, official selection, and it got competitive in 2019. So it's 8 years that we are presenting VR films on the festival side. And on MIFA side, we've been presenting content in the market since 2018. That's also 6 years ago. And there's more and more content around VR, XR. So we decided to gather it in this venue this year to make it easier for people to gather, to get connected, because they are specifically in VR usually, animation, but specifically VR. And we've added games. this was a request that we had for quite a moment from animation professionals who were also interested in games, interested in having connections and bridges. And we've seen more and more examples of video games being made in animation series or film, and the way around, films that have also given some games. We have, of course, some examples with Arcane, for example, and Riot Games. They will be here this year to explain how they work from League of Legends to Arcane. So Riot Games and Fortiche will be presenting things. Last year we had Ubisoft for Captain Leatherhawk. They had a great explanation with Bobby Pills explaining how they work from the game to the animation. So this is really a place where you will discover games, but very artistic games, very linked to animation, and how you work together, how you make connections. You will be able to experience VR also, see conferences for VR or for games, and there will be also networking events. So I would like also to share the website, and then I'll go quickly to the program, how you use it, and the network to connect with people. So website is very easy way. So now we've changed it this year. You have 2 entries. So sorry, I'll have to put it in English. So two entries, the Animation Film Festival and its markets. So then you can enter this both ways. You have also these entries here where you have different information. So we can go quickly through it. Then program will go through it to see what are the main information about programming this year. And then here it's the way to connect to the network. So I'll show you. Festival, maybe quickly to show you the different categories. You'll be able, this is just a description of the format that exists. And then in the program, you'll see after, we'll be able to see the content. So on description of the festival format, Best of Annecy is what was in competition last year. And that you cannot watch it here, but you can at least see the content. If we go through it, you have different program, and you can see what was in competition last year, and that was awarded. Those are films that have been awarded, and we make a best of that then can travel around the world. And there's one for kids, there's one for so what the fuck was a bit of course adult, and a bit different in the way of seeing content. And you've got also one for women. So we have four kind of best of official selection. It will be online soon. We'll see in the program how you can also see different things. Feature film will be soon, and the others are also online. Special programs, these are, for example, this year is Portugal honored country. So there will be programs of films from Portugal. And also there's a thematic with dance and animation. So different films dealing with dancing will be also at the program. Festival meetings are different format to meet with the directors, the producers, the teams of films, and then meeting with all audiences. We have also a general public program for people from the region, from Annecy or from France. They can also access part of it. So on MIFA site, what we have available, of course, is the video library. So starting next week, all delegates being accredited with MIFA badge have access to the video library and can enter 2 films in it. So if you have 2 films to show or projects or finished films to propose, you can enter it in the video library starting next week. Buyers, this is the place where we dedicate content and tools for buyers. So then the offers I was mentioning before, industry content. So in this industry content, you have the conferences. We'll see also in the program the different possibilities. You have partner conferences are the ones that are organized by different countries. For example, Portugal, being honored, will have its own session to mention the ecosystem in Portugal for animation. So it's really targeted industry. Some channels, platforms, companies will do press conferences, so there will be sessions for that. Studio focus sessions are dedicated to studios like Disney, Warner, DreamWorks, or they have all their sessions to talk about their studio, their projects, how they are working now on, and what will be their future projects. Demo session is more technical, technological. We have a new technologies area in the booth area. So this is a way also to discover new tools or how tools are evolving. This is a very important place in the market, in the exhibition area. And for demo session, I think it's a rich moment to learn more about tools. MIFA pitches, we have pitching sessions. We select ourselves in MIFA about 40 projects to be pitched for feature films, shorts, TV series, and digital experiences. Partner pitches, there are the pitching sessions organized by different countries. We will have 18 this year, so it's huge. In total, I think we will have about 24 pitching sessions with the MIFA ones, and 130 projects will be shown. So this is also the biggest platform worldwide to show projects in animation. Market screenings, they are organized by companies willing to show some content to distributors, buyers, to co-producers. Meet the sessions, we have different categories. It's a way to connect people with specific categories. So we have Meet the Festival programmers that will connect with a film institute so that the content can travel around the world. Meet the publishers so that producers can adapt some books for new films. Gap financing in order to help producers get the gap in finance above 70%. So we receive the films and we select about 12 to 15 feature films that will be able to be visible in this Meet the session. Meet the composers, we organize also session between composers and directors or producers looking for composers for their next films. Meet the sales agents, so for producers willing to get close and to get connected with sales agents, distributors. So this is also a session we've started not long ago. And Meet the Buyers will be a new session this year because we estimate that buyers are sometimes difficult to get connected with. So we are going to list around 20 buyers, and people will be able to take meetings with them. We are opening now the meetings. That's why it is important. I know that not so many people are registered yet from South Africa. It is important to register quickly so that you get access to those sessions, to those different sessions to connect with. So maybe we'll discuss a little bit after around that, but it's very important. Those sessions are to be booked, so that's why it's urgent. Other sessions that are also available to all for buyers and very important are the share with sessions. So these are 30 minutes with TV channels, platforms, distributors. So you'll get the whole list in the program. It's 30 minutes of discussion, and then after you can get an extra time for 15, 20 minutes with the buyer to discuss further. But it's a way to learn about their editorial line, what they are looking for. It's every day from Tuesday to Thursday. Just a reminder, market, it's from Tuesday 11 to Friday 14 June. So you'll be able to approach them. And they also have a buyers club. So it's also a place to get connected with them and to get meetings with them. And short film forums are different events around short films that are also organized during the markets. Then we have the talent content. So this is the one situated at the campus. So this is really dedicated to students and young professionals for panels for talents, but for recruitment. Sorry, I'll put it in English. For recruitment, of course, it's for all, and it's open to all delegates. And of course, in recruitment, you also have very experienced animators or directors, and they have access also to these sessions that are one-on-one sessions. So you can either attend recruiters talk. So the studios would have a 75-minute session to talk about their studios and how it is working with them. The recruiters are there to exchange. For recruitment, you have also the stand area. So in the exhibition area, you have also booths to go to and see the studios and what kind of what teams are they recruiting at that moment. It's also another way. And you've got those one-on-one session. These are some of the companies that are hiring. So you can have a look on the website on who are the recruiting companies, what kind of profile they are looking for. You can answer, you can apply, send your profile. They will select beforehand. And before reaching Annecy, you will be able to know if you are confirmed in a meeting with them or not. So they select before attending. And then, so exhibitors, I have mentioned that you can have this exhibition area. This is part of it, so you can see, the area. It's a wonderful, beautiful place, and the market is here, so it's a great place to work. And for this exhibition area, you have access to different. With MIFA badge, you have access to everything. With the festival and Festival Plus badge, you have access to the first floor where you have recruitment, school area, new technologies, and the students, they have access to the first floor, of course, and downstairs to the pavilion, stand booth area with international pavilions and companies. They have access one day, so they have to choose one day among the 4 days. So I think for the description of all the content, that's about it. I'll take you to the program. So the program is very easy to use. you've got the everyday mentioned. You have here the filter to select. So here you can select the day you want, of course. And here you can select more precisely if you want more the festival or the MIFA. So let's see for the MIFA. Here, these are the different format that you'll be able to access. For example, industry content and talent content. So this is for MIFA. So if we select, for example, industry panel, then I have to move up. So we start on Tuesday. So starting Tuesday, you can go through the panels and see the different information on what kind of panel it is. If you go to this one, all information is not yet included, but at least you have a title. So here the Epic Games will do a panel. Back to Tuesday, you have to choose this one to go back to the same day, and you can go through the different information that will be given to you. Then you can go on Wednesday about this industry panel. So there will be, we are talking about Africa here, so it's great, State of the International Independent Film Distribution in Africa. So there will be different speakers on it, not decided yet, but it's soon confirmed. Also, you know, about Canada, you can learn more. You can learn more about future prospect for the export of French XR works. And of course, the focus on Portugal, as I was mentioning earlier. And here there's different industry panel for Crunchyroll, ESEX is for Spain, and for China. So lots of things, you know, to go through. So you can also check on different days. We can also select other, like it could be, for example, talent panel. So here on the campus side, for example, first morning, Regina Pessoa, who has made the poster. Emmanuel was mentioning the beautiful poster. So it's made by Regina Pessoa, a great artist in Portugal. And she will be the godmother of MIFA campus. In fact, every year we have a godmother or a godfather. We've had Richard Williams, Guillermo del Toro. We've had Margarita Bue, Jorge Gutierrez. So this year will be Regina, and she will be giving a masterclass first day at the opening at 9. So you can see here the time of the panel and the kind of panel it is, the campus, room 2. So you've got all information here about the type and how to reach it. So then we have lots of masterclasses that will take place. We've had also, you know, a panel with Gobelin, with the school Gobelin. We will have a panel about screenwriting, how to learn more about script writing. What else can I? What is the future of anime? So that will be also very interesting session about future of Japanese animation. Then stories with women. Walt Disney Animation will be presenting also sessions. This is the student film that was awarded last year, so it will be like coming back on these student films. And then on Friday we'll have a music day, so it will be all day for dedicated to music. There will be other events, but it will be a good moment to have a masterclass also between a director on the competition side, on the festival side, with a composer, how they've been working on the music of their film now in competition this year. Among the big names we are expecting also for the campus, so Regina Pessoa mentioned it, we will have Henry Selick, who's the director of Coraline, for example, and he will be back on this experience and career, and he will be here talking with the students. Also announced already a few months ago was Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson will be in Annecy. He will be giving a masterclass on festival side, and we should have him also coming to MIFA campus. So we are very happy that he will be able to share his experience as a young student, how he's been, going through his youth and studies up to the moment he started his career. Then this career will be dealt with on the festival side. So it will be two parts, the beginning and the present. So this is the kind of events you can have on the campus side. Then I've described very quickly all the moments, so and the content. If you go, for example, on the pitching sessions, feature film MIFA pitches, and then you can get more information on all the films, the projects that will be pitched. But it's coming, it's arriving soon on the website. You will be able to go through all of it. You can also go through all of it if you go back. So here's the way to go back to the website. Sorry, I have yeah. Okay, so here, if you go back to the industry content with the MIFA pitches, and here you will get all the content. So it's everything is there. You can go through it so that you get to know what's presented during these MIFA pitches, and you've got all the categories. So digital experiences, feature films, and TV series. Maybe I'll go through the tools to let you know about how you work, connect with people. So this is, you've seen that it is on the upper right side of your page, main page of the Annecy network, Annecy website. So you get the networking and the program. Here you can go back to the program, and this is networking to connect with people. So this is the profile. So you have to put your profile, put the information on your title, organization, the company. You can add anything you want, videos, photos, text. So this is to be done quickly so that people can get many information. My notifications, so that you can say, I want to be informed by SMS, by email, have a reminder of the events I have booked. So this is to be defined also here. And my invitations, for example, since you are all MIFA badges normally, for all the MIFA badges, there will be the MIFA opening ceremony party. So it will appear here that you have access. And if any company invites you to a party, it's possible that it gets here. So you have to check it regularly. And then you have the list of participants. So this is the way to to enter all the information you want. If you want to have information on all the delegates, the 16,000 more delegates, so you can let them all here. If you are not interested in meeting students, you can just tick off students, and then you search by continent, by country, by sector, by profession, and you'll get the whole list of delegates here. So you can really target. So it's important to do it carefully. And then you can have information on the people. Some of them can leave their email address. You can connect them directly. You have information if they have a booth or not. And if they don't have an email address visible, you can connect with them with the chat here. And list of companies, of course, is the same. And in this case, you get information on, the kind of company it is. Here, they've put a photo information. You can also put more information than that, videos, as I said. So it's up to you to build it the way you want, but you get to put a lot of information. And then so my organization, I've mentioned. So that's it. That's and then once here, you can do your connection and take your meetings, and then you can go back to the program and connect. So I think that's it, more or less. It's many things. I don't know if it's an help or if it's even more difficult to apprehend everything, because but I think the important thing is just to go to see the tools, to go through them. It takes a little time, but it's not that difficult. And the more difficult is to apprehend the whole content and what's useful to you. So that's why we've categorized with industry or talent. If you're a student, of course, you can have access to most of it, but you have to prioritize. But in any case, take advantage most of all of the content that exists, because you've got a lot of training. It's a lot of training on the campus, but it's a lot of training in the industry content also with the conferences, the different panels, the pitching sessions. You can learn from the others. And do not hesitate also to go through the booth and see the professionals. Of course, for students, show your portfolio, because they are always looking for new talents. And I think for professionals, for the industry, connecting with the other countries, go also with the connection with your own country. I think being a united delegation helps a lot, because you are very visible on your booth, on your pavilion, and people get to come to you and get connected more easily with everyone. If the booth is not very active, it's not as attractive as it should be. So I think it's important to use the pavilion very well. And a lot of pavilions organize co-production meetings on their pavilion. So they connect with other countries beforehand. And so that's why that's what Emmanuel, I think, is also doing. Lisa, you're all working on that. I think it's very important. And well, that's it. I'm open to questions if you have any.
Thank you very much, Veronique. That was very informative. And I've been playing around on the system and trying to book meetings and my schedule and so forth. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the information there so that I can plug in some more into my calendar. also just to note that for those who are on the call, I've been reaching out to everybody to say if you want to get into the producer's booklet. So what we're doing is we're putting together a producer's booklet that showcases the studios. We've got a few pointers there to say this is the information that we require. Each company gets a page. And it also is an opportunity for us to see what projects you have that you're wanting to take to Annecy, and also if you are exporting a service, what kind of services you are offering as a company. If you have not received that and would like to be in that book, please send me an email and I'll be happy to send you the information. We are not only focusing on the people that's going to Annecy, but we'd also like to include those who are not going to Annecy this year to give you some exposure at the market as well. Yes,
Maybe I'll
Mhm.
just remind again that we will be closing the accreditations like in end of May, but I would say that's it's really urgent to register, and very few people have registered. So in order to access the content, as I said, to take meetings and to book some events, it's important to do it, but right now, otherwise
Yes.
it will be all gone.
So we are just waiting for one of our government departments to get back to us, and I think we should have some feedback by next week, and then we're all ready to go with planning. So we all on standby for that. And then yeah. So is there any questions for Veronique? Cody, do you want to maybe just put your question? I'm not sure if your mic. I see your mic is disabled, but do you want to just type it up in the Q&A section? If you've got any questions, please just type it out quickly and then we can just answer it. Okay, I don't see the question. Oh, there we go. Veronique, can you see in the chat? There is
Yes,
a
the best way to showcase the portfolio. So to showcase, of course, it's really being ready anytime, whoever you meet during the day, the evening. There are a lot of events where you can connect with people. So always being ready to show some content, of course. Then if you have projects in production or early stage or finished, of course, the video library also is one way. And on the booth, of course, it's if you can be on the pavilion and be available when people come with your portfolio. Yeah. Yeah. Are there any other question?
I think it was just something to do with business cards. We will get to that, Cody, if you don't mind. We'll get to preparing for the market. We'll discuss it with Diane a little bit later. Is there any other questions pertaining to the MIFA program? I don't think there are any. Okay. Okay, thank you, Veronique. And good luck with the rest of your planning. And we hope to see you in a month's time.
And see you soon. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Likewise. Okay, thank you so
very
much. Okay.
Bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye.
Okay, so our next speaker is Jo Moella. And Joy is going to just speak to us. She's from Tshimologong Digital Precinct, and she will give us the overview about the Road to Annecy competition. Oh, and there she is. Let me just admit her. Hello, Joy. I just introduced you, but I'm not sure if you're on. Hello, Joy. Joy? I think Joy's trying to connect. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go on to Diane Makins. Diane Makins is the Festival Director of Cape Town International Animation Festival. Joy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can Diane go first? I'm just getting off the Uber.
Okay, fine.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay, Diane. Diane,
Hi,
it's good to
everyone.
speak to you now. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining this session. I'm so excited about MIFA this year, and I'm so excited about Annecy this year because I think there's an incredible line. And I myself have gone in a couple of years, so I'm really looking to meet everyone and getting back into the festival swing of things. For those of you who attended CTIAF this year at Comic-Con, I think the one word that could describe the whole event was that CTIF was a little oasis in amongst the craziness of what is Comic-Con. And if I was going to create a festival preparedness kit or festival survival kit, I'd say plan is first and foremost the best tool in your kit. I'm sure that Veronique has, Veronique took us through their incredible program and all their different facilities. And to think that you're going to be able to understand that program better once you're on the ground is absolutely inaccurate. Planning your days and planning your sessions is so important. And planning also means some sense of like realistic planning. I know that the first year that I went, I basically ticked every talk. I went to a talk every single hour, and it just wasn't sustainable. First of all, if you haven't been before, the distances between the venues are huge. Getting in and out of the venue is a 20-minute exercise in itself because the venues are very packed. So be very careful about which sessions you choose and make sure you get your top priorities in with lots of space on either side. I think the most devastating thing is to actually find a ticket when they release them to like a Wes Anderson talk, only to realize that you've scheduled a meeting and you're not going to get there. So plan the talks and you want to go through very carefully. Try not to overwhelm your schedule with talks and with screenings, because there's a lot to be said about being in the MIFA space and about talking to people. As a festival organizer, I can tell you that the program that we put together is almost like it's the reason to bring you there, and it's the entertainment of the 2 days, but really the value is when you're talking to people and when you're making connections. And those connections don't happen immediately. They happen after coming back to the festival 2 or 3 times. And that's true for the local festivals and it's true for the international festivals. What is amazing though about animation, as Veronique said, is that we lack the ego and the hierarchy of live action. And so it really is not a problem to see someone in the street, bump into them, talk to them. If you spot someone at Annecy, and I've done this a million times, I stopped the director of Ferdinand and just to tell him all about the festival. And he was genuinely nice and he was super interested. And we got contacts out of him. And in fact, that's one of the reasons because he was part of Blue Sky, that we managed to get other speakers out to us. So really encourage you to have an easy way to show your portfolio so that when you have those engagements, you can show them some of your work. People are interested in you. So don't think that, oh, that person's famous, they're probably not going to talk to me. They do want to talk to you, especially because we're from Africa, which is something that's very exciting to people at the moment because they're looking for new stories. Besides the obvious things like always have a bottle of water with you, because like I said, those distances are far, I'd also recommend hiring a bike. If you can get a bike while you're over there, I know they're a little bit pricey, but they certainly help from getting to place to place. And then, but the most important thing I want to share with you is just plan. Plan which sessions you want to go to, plan which peoples that you want to get to meet. Some of the more valuable meetings that I've ever been to are the ones where the studios are sitting. So the buyers meetings, where the BBC lay out for you. You'll go to the session and the BBC will be like, okay, well, you know, we've got a lot of shows about trucks and toys and colors, but what we don't have is And from there, that's a very good way to see where your story is and where your story fits into the landscape. So I spend a lot of time in those sessions. I know I've spoken a bit fast because that's probably like my third cup of coffee today. So sorry, I hope that wasn't too much. But the last thing that I wanted to say is that when you are in Annecy, just know that the delegation and the South Africans are there as a group. And we're all in a WhatsApp group together, and we're all there to support each other. So if you find yourself there in a meeting and perhaps you could see that meeting isn't going so well, or it's become quite clear that your project isn't the project that they're really looking for because they have enough toys and trucks and they're actually looking for something else, think about your delegation. Think about who this might be useful for. And say in the meeting, I actually have a friend. I know someone in the delegation who's got a project that fit your requirements. Can I make the introduction? There's no point in fighting over the crumbs when we're in the cake shop, and we are a unified front. There's no competition in South Africa. We're out there representing each other, and we're out there going into the world. I'm sure that you all have very specific questions, so I'm happy to we can do like a quick question and answer session if that's cool with you, Lisa.
Sure, go ahead. Are there any questions for Diane?
You said someone asked here about best way to showcase a portfolio. If you have something portable like a tablet that you can flick through things and show easily, that I think is first prize. If you don't, I'm nervous of laptops because laptops take a bit of time to open, set up, find your thing, and I think that you lose people at that point. So then in that case, I'd say have a printout. Have a printout with you so that you can flick through it quickly. That's the thing, is that in those conversations, I think the best way to show someone and get them attracted to you is the quickest way that you can flick through, whether that's a book, whether that's a tablet. If they like it, the follow-up, that's where you send through like more information and deeper information, and where you can really dive deep into what you are and what your art is about. Business cards with contact details. That's a tricky one. I don't know. I know that I come back from Annecy every year with a stack of cards this big, and all I do is work in a festival. Like, I'm not sure that it's the best way to connect with someone. But, the day that you don't have it, and I think it's a safe backup. I think business cards are always a safe backup. But I think also on our entrance cards, there's like a QR code that you can use with your phone that automatically puts the information onto their phones. Just remember afterwards to go in and write, because you're just going to get my name, Diane Makings. And then when I came back the last time, I completely forgot where Diane Makings was from. Was she BBC? Was she Studio Canal? I had no idea. So go in and edit them afterwards. Yes, I agree, Dr. T. Flat and very comfortable shoes and light clothes and a rain jacket. For some reason, it rains there whenever you don't think it's going to rain there. Lots of water, always a good one. Oh, and find the Monoprix shop. All the restaurants in Annecy are like on the menu when they show $3 signs. Annecy restaurants are $3 signs, but the Monoprix shop is where you can go quickly and just fuel yourself up. Completely agree, Katie. Well said. Business cards always go down better if they're small artworks. If you can remember someone because there's something beautifully designed on there, don't do anything plain. Show your style and your personality. Oh, Emmanuel, what a very good point. A swimming suit. There are the most beautiful beaches. Remember, interestingly enough, a lot of the interesting discussions happen in the queue. They happen in the Monoprix. They happen while you're getting an ice cream. They happen while you're looking at a lake. And there is a great swimming beach around the corner there. Farmers market in Old Town. Katie, you could see is an old hand at this. Yes, there's lots of great produce to shop there. I mean, Annecy is not just a film market. It's also a chance to explore a new region and learn a new culture. And that's what's exciting about festivals, because it brings us all together for cultural exchange. Someone has their hand up, but I can't see Althea. Althea? Do you have a question, Althea?
Althea, you need to type it in the chat. Your sound is disabled. All your questions to please be put in the chat.
So do I have to book a pitch session to get noticed, or would it be great to just walk around and bump into people? So Isabella, it's pretty hard. I mean, Veronique is right. The platform on the phone works very well. The problem is that people are busy. And so I don't get much traction on the app itself when I try to book meetings. So I would be, if you can find a way to be part of the pitch sessions, but I think that might have already been chosen. And then other than that, use the connections at the stand. The stand is a very useful place to try and network people. And the South African stand is a great hub because we all take meetings there. The MIFA stand is a very powerful tool, especially the South African stand. It's where all our product is, it's where our producer booklets are, and it's people when they're interested. Monica and Lisa are incredibly effective networkers for us, and they remember all the projects. So make sure that Lisa knows your project, because if anyone's going to find you a connection, it's probably Lisa. I hope I didn't overpromise, Lisa, but you are very good at it.
Okay, we are gonna end now with Diane. I think next week we'll have some more opportunities to do a bit of more of a deep dive and conversation around planning for Annecy. We are going to run in slightly over time, so I'm going to introduce. Thank you, Diane, and we look forward to spending some time with you in France next.
Good luck,
in a month's
everyone.
time.
It's an amazing event. You're going to have so much fun, and you're going to learn and be inspired, and we're all going to get to hang out together and promote each other. How cool.
Exactly. Thank you. Joy, are you ready for us now? I think Joy is having some technical issues, guys. Okay, so I'm the last speaker. For those who don't know me, I'm Lisa Mini, and I work with Monica Rovik in the film unit at Wesgro. Wesgro is a trade agency, and we are mandated to promote the.
My mic was disabled. I'm not sorry for interrupting you. My mic was disabled, so I couldn't. Yeah.
Okay, let me. Okay, go ahead, Joy.
Oh, sorry. Do I have to go? Okay, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry about the technical glitches. I was stuck in traffic, and I'm glad I still made it on time. I'm just going to take you through the road to Annecy quickly. I'm just going to rush through it because we are over time now. The Road to Annecy program was initiated 4 years ago. We have incubated close to 20 animation studios, and some of them have gone on to receive funding from NFVF, and some of them are still really trying to, they're still out in the market trying to raise funding to develop their projects further. So the main objective of the Road to Annecy is to help emerging filmmakers to craft their pitch Bibles into commercially viable pitch Bibles that they can appeal to a global market, particularly investors in the animation space. And what we offer in this program is it's a 6 months intense program where we focus on 4 different phases. The first phase, it's mentorship. We have partnered with the Durban Film Mart. They are responsible for the mentorship program. And we also do story development. We also have visual development workshops where we obviously focus on the artistic aspect. We also help with polishing pitch Bibles. And last year, we did things differently in Annecy. We will follow the same format in Annecy. We're no longer doing the territory focused pitches. we have opted for the option of B2B meetings. We will be scheduling B2B meetings for our talent ahead of MIFA this year. I think the reason behind this was that we didn't find the territory focus impactful. And with the new format, I think we're able to even get more constructive feedback from some of the one-on-one meetings that they had with the different investors in Annecy. So these will be taking place at the South African Pavilion throughout the MIFA duration. And we also looking at taking the projects to DFM for the co-finance pitch. We will continue with the partnership with DFM, where they will pitch at the DFM co-finance pitch. We're also still talking to Diane about bringing the projects to CATEF during Fame Week. So yeah, this year I think we've kind of tried to structure the program in a way that they have more opportunities to pitch, because the more you pitch, you get more feedback, you're able to align your project to what the industry requires or what the intermediaries are looking for. So yeah, I will stop here. There's a lot to say. Oh, by the way, my 3 colleagues will be coming to Annecy, Erica, Martinez, and Lola. Unfortunately, I won't be joining them. And yeah, they will be there throughout MIFA and Annecy. Yeah, please look out for them. They will be at the pavilion most of the time. So if you're looking for any corporate actions, you're looking to work with us from a skills transfer point of view, please shout out to Erica, Martinez, and Lola. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joy. If you need to get hold of Joy, do you want to just drop a contact email address in the chat? Are there any questions for Joy before I get on to my part? Okay, I don't see any questions. Thanks so much, Joy. Okay, so I start again. So I'm Lisa Minnie, and I work for Wesgro, and our mandate is to promote the film and media industry for the Western Cape. So over the last couple of years, I think this will be my 3rd time that I'm going to Annecy. My first time, it was for me to understand how the market works. Second time was a lot easier. Third time, definitely more prepped. So as Nick mentioned, Animation SA, we work with IFAS, Tshimologong, the National Film and Video Foundation, and also some other partners to ensure that the delegation this year is better prepared. So the exciting thing, and the first time we've ever done this, is we've put together a little bit of a program for those that are going into market, but we also open it up to people who are interested in going to Annecy market at another time. And how to prepare themselves for an international festival, and how to better prepare themselves to be going to the Annecy market. And we have called this the Animation Exporters Advancement Program. I'm not going to go into too many things, but I'm just going to give you an overview. So Wesgro has got a new focus. We are focusing on services, and what that means is that we've just done a little bit of research. That research is going to be released very soon. And we're looking at what kind of companies are exporting what kind of services and where they are exporting their services to. And the creative industries is one of those sectors that we're looking at. And obviously animation is a very important sector for us. So on Tuesday, if you haven't registered for the Exporters Advancement Program, please do so now. We are going to, my colleague Josh, who's in my team, is going to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're trying to achieve as an agency. My colleague Nadine, who actually heads up the export advancement programs at Wesgro, is going to give you an overview of what she does and how she does it, and also a little overview of the Cape Trade Portal and why it's important that all the Western Cape-based companies are listed on the Cape Trade Portal, because we are trying to ensure that we market what we have to offer as a destination to the world. Yolanda will come back on and she'll give a little bit more, a deeper dive, a presentation on how the NFAF supports the animation sector, and we will discuss the co-production treaties and the countries that we have those treaties with. After a little bit of a coffee break, we will have a panel discussion. Nick from Animation SA, but he's also the owner of Mind's Eye. He will moderate a panel with Triggerfish and Chocolate Tribe, and we'll just speak about understanding South Africa's value proposition, some financing and basic deal-making stuff, you know, just so that you can think about all your strategies and how you're going to prepare yourself for the meetings that you set up. We've also invited Isaac, and Isaac is going to do a case study on how he got his project made. And then we've invited Farron van Niekerk from Irish McLeod, and she's going to do a little bit of an overview on legals and making sure that you understand the legal process from development right through to distribution. And then we have invited the DTIC, which just to explain to us how animation projects can actually tap into the film incentives. And then Nick, once again, we will have a session where we can we have some time to speak about navigating through the MIFA market. And if you've got any questions, we can then discuss all of those things, and then we'll wrap up for the day. So we invite you to participate at this exporters readiness or exporters advancement program next week, and so that we can get ourselves ready. As I have said, those who are waiting for the DTI application, we are still waiting. Hopefully we will know soon, and then we can get everybody ready for market. So we are feeling very positive. And for those who are traveling by themselves, please let us know who you are, and so that we can ensure that we can support you in market as well. With regards to Emmanuel and Yolanda, we will be looking at which trade agencies are there, film commissions are there, and we are going to try and facilitate some speed dating between the different countries, obviously like Canada, Brazil, the Netherlands, to see how we can co-create. And I mean, as you know, we've got those development funds, which I think Yolanda will speak to next week in the presentation. So we're going to try and give you as much information as possible so that we actually can go into the French market better prepared, and together we can sell South Africa and what we have to offer as a destination in animation. So I just want to, yeah, that's me. If you have any questions, please ask them now in the chat. Otherwise, we will wrap up. And if you need the invitation to be sent to you, then please, I think I have listed my email. It's lisa@wesgro.co.za. Please feel free to email me if you need to get hold of any of us. Okay. Thank you. I see Diane's got a question. Go for it, Diane.
So Lisa, we're just wondering about the tickets and the registration of the tickets. Emmanuel, I think it was Emmanuel, sorry, apologies, Emmanuel, was saying that we should be registering as soon as possible before the 30th of May. But for those who are, does registration mean you need to pay for your ticket immediately, or is registration more of an intent that I'm coming?
Okay, so Diane, that will all be inclusive with the travel for the DTIC SAS application. So once that is approved, okay, we're just waiting for approval, and then the rest is going to happen.
So for those of us that are looking for funding to go, we should hold off from registering a ticket, because that will come as part of the funding application.
Yes, exactly.
And is that for DTI and for NFEF?
NFEF, I can't answer for NFEF, only for DT. DT, okay. I think, I'm not sure about NFEF. Yolanda? But DTIC, it will be all included as per the email. So your badge, flights, accommodation.
Diane, if I may add, for those who are not funded, the registration, the accreditation needs to be paid immediately. So yes, for those who are waiting for to receive the funding, they need to wait. But yes, you will be asked to, when you register, to pay immediately.
Okay, is there any more questions? Let's see. Okay, that was Emmanuel's hand. Any other questions, people? No? Okay, so once again, I'd like to thank all our presenters for participating in the Readiness workshop. And for those who attended the session, thank you for taking the time out. And if you've got any questions, you know where to find me. So have a good evening, everybody. Thank you. Goodbye.